Alright guys, welcome to this week's Get Up From Your Desk. We're going to do a little bit of work that should hopefully just relieve some lower back tightness. Often when you sit down for a long period of time, a lot of people get those aches, stiffness here. Obviously if you've got back pain, that's different, but if you just sat down for a while and you get that stiffness through here, these are going to help. So, we're going to start one. It was on the warm-up in October. So, you want to cat camel. So you want to plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees want to be roughly about the same distance apart as your hands. So from the top here and here, you don't want to be too narrow, you don't want to be dead wide either. You want to be in a comfortable position there. Now you want to make that box, that table shape. So when you're in this top position, this should stay flat to begin with, arms nice and straight, vertical and thighs vertical. Okay, and then you need a cat part. So you're going to round your back out, tucking your tailbone in, and imagine you being pulled up through here. Okay, so there's that part. You're then going to do the opposite version. So you can do a camel, you're going to lift your chest, try and make two humps. And back the other way, really tucking in, so tuck your tailbone round, extend your spine up, push with your hands, and then back the other way. So let's just get some motion to begin with before we do anything. This is really purposefully. So now we're just going to add a breath. So once you're into that position, breath in, breathe out, and the other side up, so tuck in, round out, breathe in, breathe out, one more in each, so breathe in, in and breathe out. Okay, so that was just to get a bit of spine movement and just get it moving to begin with. So next we're going to go to, we're going to line our backs. You're going to grab your leg and pull it up to your chest or towards your chest, so roughly about here. Keep this leg flat on the floor and then pull your toes up as well. Okay, you're then going to extend your leg up, and at the same time you're going to point your toes. Okay, you can feel this right through the back of your leg and possibly into your lower back. But you'll certainly feel it right through the back of your leg. So when you're in this position, pull your toe up towards your shin, and then as you extend your leg and try and straighten it, point your toe towards the ceiling. Relax into that, then down. Pulling that toe back up towards your shin. Don't push this one too far again, we're just trying to get in a bit of motion to begin with. We're going to do 10, take time, get good range, but don't push it too far. So do the same with the other leg. So grab, toes in, extend, toes pointing up, pulling back down, extending, pointing the toe. So you see how the other leg that's flat will want to start rising up as you stretch this left leg. So as the left leg goes up, the right leg will go with it. But you also get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. So you get it all down the back of your leg. And a bit of hip. Just gentle to begin with. Cool. Okay, so we're going to stay in the same position. So we're going to move from one to the other. And we're going to do some spinal twists, okay? Quite a classic sort of exercise. And I'll show you a few variations you can try here. Pick the one that kind of feels the best, and we'll go from the most gentle to a little bit harder, okay? So the first one is feet and knees together. And then you're just going to keep your, so everything starts central. You're going to drop your knees one way, keeping your shoulders flat, and then back and over the other way. That's the middle and across. Okay, so this is version one. I'll show you from here. Feet together, knees together, and they stay like that as you drop them to one side and then the other. Keeping your shoulders down. Okay, you've got to keep your shoulders flat for this. So your shoulders come up, come back a little bit. And the other side. Okay? Awesome. So you can do the same sort of variation, but you can come up a little bit higher. So you lift your feet up, so in this position here, sort of like the start of a dead bug position, and then you can try and drop down, keeping those knees up. And just get a little bit of rotation. Try and keep your knees together. On top. So the knees are together, shoulders are staying flat. Control that motion. Okay, so take a little bit further. This time you got one leg straight and you got one leg pulled up. Okay, so kind of half of what we just done. So you got one leg up, you're then going to drop it across your body. Okay, so that's the key with this one. It's going across the leg that's down, and still the shoulders are trying to stay down. From the top round the other leg. Okay, so we'll swap legs. So one leg is out totally straight, the other one's going to be lifted up 90 degrees, and it's going to try and drop across, keeping the left shoulder down now. Okay, so the last one of these I'm going to show you. Basically the same but with a straighter leg. Okay, you don't need to be right up here, but if you can, that's great. You know, you can be down here, but because of a straight leg, there's a little bit more strain, a little bit more weight for it. So just the same, I'll just do 5 reps this side. Shoulders still staying down. You don't want to lose that position. You might feel like it's going to come up. If you extend your arm, it'll help us to counterbalance. This angle, so look straight, make sure it stays as it drops across here. So it's going across the leg that's on the floor. One more. So with that last one, if you've got limited hamstring flexibility, it can feel a little bit much on your hamstring if you try to keep your leg up. Just drop it down to here and just make sure you get that rotation. We're worried more about the rotation than we are about anything else, okay? Then we're going to go to classic kind of child's pose. So feet here, push the hips back and the chest down with the hands out. Now we're going to add a little twist to this. So there are 2 ways you can do it. So you really want to push back and see how my back started to curve around here. So you've got that opening there. And then when you take your hands from the top position, so when you're in this sort of regular child's pose, when you take your hands and walk in a circle around to one way, and you'll feel your lat on this side, that big muscle down the side of your back. That will have a really nice stretch. And keep your hips back, stretch back, so you still get that lower back. And then walk around the other way. And then just really push back. Take a few big breaths. And then we're going to go back over. And try and go a little bit further. Pushing back still onto my heels. A few breaths in. Make a nice deep breaths. And then go back round. And I'm going to finish up with, it's kind of like the Spider-Man overhead reach, but you're just going to be in a hip flexor stretch. So I've done these ones a few times now. So here in this hip flexor, make sure your glutes are squeezed in order to stretch that hip flexor. You're going to pull, if my right foot is down, I'm going to put my left hand on the floor, okay? And I'm going to put my right hand here, and then I'm going to rotate up, okay? So I want to keep my chest up as much as I can on this, don't want to collapse too far forward. Still squeeze my glutes, I'm going to turn on one. Away from the front. So classic hip flexor stretch. Here, glutes squeezed. Good position here. And if my left foot is at the front, I'm going to put my right hand on the floor. Probably just fingertips really is what you need to do. Hands together, and then my left hand is going to go up and try and point at the ceiling. You're just going to get really good sort of all around hip and around the back as well. Alright guys, so a bunch of options there. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser through the back now, and you can get on with your day. Main thing is though, try to spend too long sat down in one position. Okay, stand up, sit down, move to a different position, and I'll help alleviate some of those aches and pains. Alright guys, see you next week. Bye bye.